Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 6. It's a little crazy to think that we're 6 weeks into this session, session, and to think how far you have come along already on your journey in getting the first components of your capstone experience completed. I'm excited for you. I know I've heard from you the work has been overwhelming at times, but others saying it's been manageable too. Remember, I said that we would get through it together. Some of it might require a little bit more, some of it a little bit less, and we're going to get through it. So, week 6 is about chapter 3. I know we spent the live session talking about chapter 2 and chapter 3, but week 6 really is the focus for chapter 3. So with that being said, we're going to look at what's required for this week. So readings, you've already read chapter 5 supposedly in your reflective practice guide and interdisciplinary approach to critical reflection. So it's chapter 5. In your writing the literature review practical guide, it's chapter 7. Then on top of that, there's 2 more components. One is the using of the triangulation methods in qualitative educational research. That is this article right here. It is about 7 pages long, but it will have a great discussion that you'll need when trying to get into your procedure or process for chapter 3. So definitely an article to read before you really start writing chapter 3. The other required component is the teaching ethics and research methods. Again, it's another conversation like I had about what you need to look at being ethical in your design, your approach, especially if you are going to interact even informally with students or colleagues, making sure that you do treat them with respect, to value them, and those components. So that is this website here. That is the second reading component for the week. So with that being said, you also have a discussion board for the week. A reminder about the discussion board, I'm going to pull it up right now, is it needs to be submitted by Thursday of this week. And let me be clear, for the discussion boards, there's not an extension. It does need to be done by this Thursday. In your initial post due by Thursday, you're going to state your research questions. So pull those out of chapter 1, your primary and your secondary, and then you're going to write a 1 to 2 paragraph summary of what you've learned about your topic from the literature. And then you're going to state 2 or 3 additional data collection tools you'll use to triangulate the data with your reflection journal. So with that, again, is it informal questioning? Is it data that you're pulling from the articles that you've read? But those components, you're going to put that information out. And then again, after Thursday, it's required that you respond to 2 of your classmates, making sure that you reflect and seeing what they're using. Either ask the questions for clarity or validate what they're using, thinking, yeah, you're on that right path. So that is a reminder that there is a discussion board for this week. With that being said, the last component of the week is really chapter 3. We went through chapter 3 and talked about the elements that are there. The one thing we didn't do on our live session, but I just want to remind you about, is going in and looking at the rubric. Again, as I shared before, all grading is always based on the rubric. So when looking at chapter 3, there are 3 components. The first is the setting. You're going to look at this one component here. Did you address these elements of the rubric in that level 5 or a point value of 5 that yep, I've answered it, I'm pretty solid, I can earn that 5. Then the role of the researcher. Again here, just establishing who you are, how you're going to be reflective, and then the next and last component is that plan for reflective exploration of a problem. I want you to notice that there are a couple of indicators here that we are going to be looking for. First one is that you're citing literature that supports your method of reflective practice as a way to understand the problem or the phenomenon. So just a reminder, your text that you're reading, that critical guide to reflection and research, can definitely be used as part of this in citing that. The next indicator or place to look at being evaluated is discuss how the reflective journal and the other data collection tools, such as again here, open-ended surveys, assessments, artifacts, or observation journals. So what you've observed, very important. So pulling that information out, like we said, it definitely needs to be informal. We don't want to have to take this to an instructional review board. That's not Concordia's plan for you. But just talking about the different ways that you're going to collect data from what you've read, what you've experienced. And then the last component is the reflection journal is described within the section as the primary piece of data. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, Will, I'm not remembering about a reflection journal. I shared with you on our live session during week 5 that the reflection journal is at the end of the template, and that's a sort of a week by week in the 605 series that will start in January, or class that will start in January, that you will be recording what you're doing and what you're gaining from it in a reflective manner. So that's the reflection. So these components here are what you definitely want to look at that you're addressing in each of the sections in chapter 3. So again, it states here that the chapter 3 is due by Sunday, November 22nd. As I shared in the live session, that's the due date. If you want to stay on time and feel like the next week is Thanksgiving, I want my break, by all means, it's due Sunday, November 22nd. If you need to breathe for a moment and say, I could use Thanksgiving to really write chapter 3, I'm giving you that permission that you have until Saturday, November 28th to submit it. So again, you make that choice anywhere by November 22nd to Saturday, November 28th. I am not going to record another video for our down week, so I pray that you have a blessed Thanksgiving, staying safe and healthy. As always, a reminder to you, I'm available by phone, text, email. If you've got questions, need to process anything, please connect with me. I hope it's a great week. God bless you.